The factory is actually stitching this together to create that higher breathability scale. Love, love, love. Okay, you want to put me on the spot? Here we go. If I could only buy one again. Times are changing up here. I got the sleeves out of my backpack, the long sleeves, and I definitely overlayered today. That is the art of the long sleeve, figuring out how many layers to have on. And what is it? Remember last week we talked about running jackets, all right? Upper right-hand corner in case you missed it. So I figured, you know what? 4 years ago, I started running shoe testing, and it's been incredible over the past 4 years learning about how running shoes are constructed, what they're made of, where they're made, the types of, science that goes behind them with respect to the composition of the foam and the midsoles. Well, I didn't really start testing running gear till about 2 years ago. So about 2020, when it really started to take off and companies started sending me outerwear. And I have to pose a question right now. Do running shoe companies make good running apparel, clothing? I'm about to make the case and tell you they do not. In fact, you're going to be shocked by all these long sleeves I have right here. I'm trying to think. There's one major brand that most of you have heard of, but a lot of these long sleeves are pretty obscure companies that you probably have never heard of. Gotta take this off. We're gonna talk about this one last. Speaking of companies that are large and in charge in the running shoe department, but maybe not making the best outerwear. So it's been interesting testing for the last 2 years and getting to this point where I feel like, okay, I have a grasp on what's working, what's not working. And as I mentioned last week with the running jackets for fall weather, it's the temperature, it's how does your body burn? Do you burn cold? Do you burn hot? For me, fall is that 40 to 55 degree Fahrenheit temperature, roughly. All right, not exact, but right in that range. So how does your body burn? What's the pace and the distance you're going? And then of course, what's the weather pattern for your area in the fall or autumn months? All right, let's dive in. Here we go. Unbelievable. Have you ever heard of this company? And oh yeah, pay attention to the titles today. Lots of titles today. Odlo, I don't even know where they're based actually. The name, I had never heard of this company before about 12 months ago when this was sent to me. Odlo, it's got active cooling built into it, all right? Enhanced moisture management with this fabric. There's the composition of the fabric as well in the title. I'm gonna put this into the lightest and most breathable category for all the long sleeves that I own. In fact, the fabric being used for this, I talked to somebody who's helping actually DGR develop our running clothing, and he said like this fabric was designed specifically. He knew that based on how they cut out the end of this cuff here, which by the way, it's a great cuff, doesn't have thumb holes. Bottom line, Odlo, there's the official name on your screen, and I'll link to all these products down below in the description as well. All right, so that's number one, Odlo, lightweight, comfortable, breathability, off the charts. Love, love, love. Doesn't have a hood built in, just so you know. This would be early fall, all right? So October-ish, the temperatures are coming when it's gonna be, in fact, this morning it was about 51 degrees when I left the car, so that's why I had double layers on just walking. So all right, moving on. And Lululemon is next. So this is the big company I was mentioning a second ago. Lululemon, most people know about them at this point. They're big, they're huge. I think they're based in Canada, if I'm not mistaken. All right, so Lululemon, this is the metal vent breathe long sleeve. This is the combo of breathability and comfort. Look at these holes in the back of that. Can you see that there? Very, very breathable. I mean, so they did a really nice job. I think that's a laser cut to get those holes there in the back of that Lululemon shirt, and they're in the front as well. So Lululemon metal vent, love this long sleeve. It's probably my second favorite behind this Odlo without a hood, all right? Sometimes you do want a hood out there in those fall temperatures. And here we go, moving on. Our first long sleeve with a hood. Love it, from Path Projects. Who's heard of Path? Actually, they're growing. Good job, Path. I can sense they're picking up some steam. I believe based out of Florida in the United States. Path Projects, all right, the Pyrenees T19 hooded long sleeve. I put this one in the category for lightweight with a hood. Not the most breathable though, all right? So keep note of that, but very, ooh, it might win the day with respect to the comfort of the actual, and when I talk about comfort, I'm not talking about, let's say, the cut of the long sleeve, but rather the fabric, the feel of the fabric on your skin. Really buttery soft. In fact, it is made of it has eucalyptus wood pulp built into that long sleeve. It's got a hood, very cool feature. Look at this. Is it on? No, it's on the left side. It has a hole for your watch, okay? Right there. So you can see your watch without pulling your sleeve up. And yes, of course, it has holes for your thumb. Love, love, love that. All right. But there it is. Oh my goodness. Look at that. That is no other, I should say. So, you know, when you're doing a workout and you don't want to pull your watch out to see how far you've gone, to see your vertical, to see what elevation you're at, to see what your heart rate is, however you're training, you can see your watch through that hole. That's incredible. Good job there. We're talking about innovation in a big way with this Path Projects Pyrenees T19 hooded long sleeve shirt. Next up, Mountain Hardwear Crater Lake hoodie. Very cool. Who's been to Crater Lake? Let us know in the comments. I've been to Crater Lake back probably about 12 years ago. Very cool spot to check out. Well, this is named after the Crater Lake, all right? So it's got a hood, so comfortable. It's got thumb holes. You know how I love that. This is for I would say a fairly cold day. So the first one, this Odlo, is October. This guy is gonna be, for me here in Colorado, probably late November. It's pretty warm. It burns kind of warm on the body. Like it's really well built. And I did learn that Mountain Hardwear is actually based out, I thought they were Utah, but I believe they're actually headquartered in California. So Mountain Hardwear, so comfortable, but this is for a colder day with a hood. It does, yeah, oh my goodness. I don't even know what to tell you. Like I even hang out, it's so comfortable, I hang out in this just hanging out at the house. It's just that type of comfort for the skin, for the touch to the skin. Next up, here we go, the Innovate Technical Mid Hoodie Men's 2.0. 100% polyester, and I hope you saw the title for this guy as far as what it's made out of, this one from Mountain Hardwear, but this one's 100% polyester. Not the highest, I'm gonna say, on the comfort level, but very, very practical, you know, good innovation with respect to, if you don't wanna pack gloves or you forget your gloves, these cuffs roll over your hands so your hands are completely covered, so you don't have to worry about your hands getting cold out there if you forget your gloves. I love that feature. Does have a hood, and now this one again is more in those cold days when you're transitioning from fall to winter, probably in that 40 degree to 45 degree range rather than 50 to 55 degree range for me, based on how I burn and you know how my body temperature burns. It does have pockets as well with a zipper, and so you know if you don't want to wear a belt or a vest and you want to carry like one gel with you, it's got a nice zipper pocket there. Love this, and yeah, there's the inside. Hopefully you can see kind of what it feels like to the touch. Not the highest on the comfort, but still a great long sleeve for the fall and winter months. And let's do it right now. Question of the day before we do 3 more, but we're gonna go really quickly because I actually don't like these for running. I like them for going to the gym. So question of the day, what is your favorite long sleeve for running in fall temperatures? All right, you know, there's a lot of options out there. Again, these are kind of, I'm gonna say, obscure company, you know, Odlo. I mean, who's heard of this company? Innovate's a little more well-known, of course. Path Projects is growing, but again, they're pretty small at this point. And then Lululemon obviously is the biggest, but you often think of, you know, going to the yoga studio with Lululemon. They're starting to get into the running game, and I must say, I call it as it is. Like their cut in this Lululemon is impressive. So these last 3 are from New Balance. This was sent to me for the New York City Marathon last year. It's just too thick. It's like this, okay, maybe if you were doing a really slow warm up before a race, but I just don't like to run in it. I have just to test it out, but it's been just too thick, but I love wearing this to go to the gym. Same with these last 2 as well. This is Gymshark. Again, Gymshark, thanks for sending it to me, but it's just a little too thick. and breathability, not the highest compared to these others here in the testing that I've done. And last but not least, again, a company that it's very obscure, Rocket. I forget where they're based. There's their home headquarters on your screen. I think somewhere in Europe, I do believe. Rocket, spelt uniquely, and just not breathable and just too thick. I don't know. This would be, I don't even know how I would use this. This would be more like for snowboarding almost, you know, like a base layer for snowboarding rather than for going out for a run, because even though you want to take the edge off with these long sleeves, you don't want to be over sweating, because if you sweat too much and then you have to slow your pace down or walk for a little bit or take a drink of water, whatever you have, to slow down, and then you get cold because you've been sweating too much. So that's where these I have found are not great for moisture wicking and for breathability. So it's that balance. And that's where, after 2 years of testing, I finally feel like I'm understanding better the different compositions of the polyester, the elastine, the elastic, all these different fabrics that are out there. There's some more on the tinsel. That's another one. I think the tinsel, the eucalyptus, oh my goodness, I could go on and on. So it's quite the fascinating world when you really start to niche down with respect to how our long sleeves, which are really frankly pretty critical for enjoying those colder temperatures as runners, how they're made, where they're made, how they're sewn together. For example, this Odlo, just the type of stitch, and that's probably not quite the right word, but how the factory is actually stitching this together to create that higher breathability scale. Love, love, love. Okay, you want to put me on the spot? Here we go. If I could only buy one again, it'd probably be this Odlo. Also, I didn't even mention does not hold odor. In fact, neither does the Lululemon. I'm not sure on these two, but the actual how the fabric that they're using and what they put into the fabric, it's odor resistant, so it doesn't hold odor at all. They smell like just, and I've had both of these for over a year now. Onward and upward. Thanks for tuning in. Of course, we'll toss it to the fall running jacket discussion from last week. Fall running jacket discussion. Right there, right there, right there. Onward we go. All right, Seek Beauty. Enjoy those fall temperatures, everyone. It's coming. Seek beauty, work hard, and love each other. See you tomorrow.